Shalom Aleichem and Baruchim Abayim. Moshe Langado here, speaking under the auspices of Kollel, Baruch, Ahavat Yisrael in Southern California and Tziyon in Brooklyn, New York. My friends, this week, Parshat V'Etchanan, also Shabbat Nachamu. In Parshat V'Etchanan, we will be reading the Ten Commandments. We have already read them in Parshat Yitro, in Jethro, in the book of Exodus. But now, for a second time, we will be reading them. But there are discrepancies between the Ten Commandments in Yitro and the Ten Commandments in V'Etchanan that we'll be reading. One of the major discrepancies has to do with Shabbat. In Yitro, it starts off with Zachor et Yom HaShabbat. Remember the Sabbath day. But in V'Etchanan this week, we will not hear Zachor. We will hear Shamor. Observe the Sabbath. Which one was written on the tablets? Most likely on the tablets was written Zachor, because that is what is said in Yitro. Here we're just having a review. But be it as it may, our sages tell us something very beautiful. That when it was given orally at Mount Sinai on Shavuot, God said, Shamor v'Zachor, observe and remember, b'dibur echad, all at once. And that is brought down in the Lechadodi, which we sing every Erev Shabbat, when Shabbat comes in. I would love to share with you a story brought down by our sages. There was a farmer, a Jewish farmer, fine man. He would work his cow 6 days a week. But on the Shabbat, like the halakha tells us, he would rest and his cow would rest. But time became very hard and he was strapped for cash and he had to sell his cow. And he sold his cow to a Gentile. The Gentile was very pleased with the purchase, for the cow worked very well. But lo and behold, came Saturday, the Shabbat, and the cow would not leave its stall. Till Sunday, it remained dormant. The non-Jew was very upset. He came to the Jew, you sold me a cow who only works 6 days a week. On the Sabbath, on your Sabbath, he doesn't work. And the old Jew said, please, let me see what I could do. And the old Jew went to the cow, patted it on its head. You should know, for many years, you are my trusted cow. You and I worked the fields 6 days a week, and on the Shabbat you rested, as any animal owned by a Jew does. But I had to sell you to a Gentile. And now the Gentile doesn't keep the Shabbat. Therefore, his animals also do not keep the Shabbat. Therefore, please work on Shabbat. For now you are a Gentile cow. The Gentile made fun. Do you mean that your cow is going to listen now? Let's see. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the cow worked beautifully. The test came. Now, Shabbat, would he come out of the stall? And yes, he did. And the Gentile was confused. He ran back to the Jew. You were right. The cow worked on Shabbat. And he thought to himself, if a cow, a beast of burden, will do what? Will listen to God Almighty and rest on Shabbat. And it will become part of its psyche. I, a man who knows the concept of Shabbat, shouldn't I also keep the Shabbat? And have also the exquisite life of a Shomer Shabbat? And he converted. And his name was Yochanan ben Torato. Yochanan, the son of the cow. That was the name he was given. My friends, if Shabbat could influence a lowly cow, so much so that it does not want to do work on Shabbat because of the holiness of the day, how much more so should the Shabbat affect us? And the holiness of the Shabbat should radiate from every Jewish home. My friends, Shabbat Shalom.